60 Minutes did not use the statement in which the president compares his work to that of his predecessors in its broadcast. But here it is for you. This is what he said, quote, "I would put our legislative and foreign policy accomplishments in our first 2 years against any president, with the possible exceptions of Johnson, FDR, and Lincoln, just in terms of what we've gotten done in modern history."
ABC 15 Now wants to know what you think about the president's statement. Is he on the money or off base? What do you think of him saying something like this in the first place?
And here to talk about all of this, we have a politician in the house today, Vernon Parker. He's part of the town council in Paradise Valley. Thanks so much for being with us today.
It's a real pleasure, but the word politician, I would say I'm a man of the people, trying to get things done for the people.
We'll change your business cards for you.
Yeah, you're also a former mayor as well.
That's right.
Your reaction to this story, is it okay to toot your own horn?
Well, I think, the president may be right in that category if he's going in reverse. Okay, like for example, I think we have Grant, we have Harding, we have Carter, and then I would place Obama there. But I would never toot my own horn in that fashion, given what this administration has not accomplished, and I truly mean that in all due respect, because I have the utmost respect for the office of the presidency, but a real leader gets things done and working with Congresses that may not be of his political persuasion, his or her, hopefully one day her political persuasion.
What about the fact that he's talking about his foreign policy and he's trying to get reelected here? Are those two different things that he is trying to play to?
Well, this is going to become one of the most politicized political years ever, and any president who's running for reelection will try to toot his or her own horn to say that these are their accomplishments, and so you can't blame him for that. I do agree that especially when you talk about the coups in certain Middle Eastern countries, we have not lost troops there, so we have to give him some credit for that. But to say that you're the fourth best president in American history, that begs the question.
And we don't know the context; it did not air, so we are we're leaving this up to interpretation.
Exactly. Yeah.
But you are a conservative, a staunch, conservative. Do you think this is sending the right message to voters out there? Do you think that this will play against him at the polls?
Well, you have to back up your. You have to walk the walk and you have to talk the talk. For example, he's going to have to back it up in political debates to say these are his accomplishments, and it's going to be, it's really going to boil down to who has, unfortunately, in this society, who has the most money. When I ran for Congress, for example, we were outspent by a combined $2 million.
Holy cow.
And we almost won because we had foot soldiers out there, and that's what Obama had the last election. He had a lot of young kids out there who believed in him. He had a lot of people who wanted to see him successful. I was not a supporter, but once he became elected, I wanted to see him become successful as an American.
Well, a lot of people are sounding off on this issue. Let's go right to the comments. Justin writes in, fourth worst, if not the worst.
Arlette Vogel Hennessy says, only thing he is the best at is being the worst president ever in the history of the USA.
And Michael Todd writes in, he should not have said that, but he has done a lot. Ended the Iraq war, killed Osama bin Laden, took America from losing 700,000 jobs a month to now gaining 40,000 a month.
Lindsay Flores writes on Facebook, not many of us have ever lived in a time with such economic and world struggles. Therefore, I don't know if that we can judge the job he has done for what he has been given. He didn't start this mess. The storm was already coming, and we knew that.
This gets people fired up.
Yeah, continue the dialogue on our Facebook page. We encourage you to do that.